hello, I'm apparently live. I did not realize that. Hi, everybody. I'm gonna lower my music just a smidge more. Yes, it is I, Chris, with my giant fingers, and I decided to do something a little different today. So I'm just gonna link this. Link this on Twitter. Sorry for the giant arms coming in and the hairs. Gonna be building Sisters of Battle and join. Come hang. So this was totally impromptu, but no, I got really into. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, I did the thing you said, so I'm gonna try to stream that, and I'm gonna just post a link to this. Where are we? Announcements. Just gonna go here. Oh. Yeah, because why do I have a Discord server if I'm not gonna force people to watch me do this? We already got 4 people watching. All right, so move this, and yeah, we're gonna be doing Sisters of Battle. I am gonna be looking a lot at the monitor. There's not going to be a whole lot of interesting stuff going on right now because I've never done a setup like this. Oh yeah, I read about that. Ivan the Norman, who plays the Tremere Primogen, or played the Tremere anyway, not Strauss, but the other one in LA by Night, and he did the Werewolf by Night podcast. Oh, music is very loud. Sorry, I will lower the music volume. There we go. I'm going to be talking a little bit quietly because Kitsu is in bed. But yeah, I am going to be building Sisters of Battle today, so I'm gonna try to show how I usually do things, but yeah, I just wanted to hang out with you guys and maybe chat a little bit. So I got the chat up, and I'm gonna just move it here. There we go. Let me know if something goes out of focus. I have my camera and my cell phone set up over here. Yeah, it got stolen. It's so shitty. It's really like garbage. I think apparently he thought it looked like a gun case, which I guess they're more valuable, but I don't know, man. That stuff's not cool. Don't do that. Alright, let's see here. I got my little weird clampy thingy that I never really figured out how to use. I mean, it's been a billion years since I did any Warhammer stuff, so I'm just gonna admit that I'm a little bit out of practice, but that's gonna be alright. Oh, it's still louder than my voice. Let's increase the music volume even more. How's this? Is this okay? Again, I will not be speaking super loud. It will be ASMR Chris today. If I do go louder, then let me know, because I need to be quiet, because Kitsu is very tired. Kitsu has been crunching like a mad person with game design, so that's the thing that's happening right now. Now, there's an instruction manual for this thing, but you know me, I'm not going to read that because I'm dumb. But I'll talk a little bit about how I usually do these things. Don't know if that's interesting. I don't know if these have dried yet. I don't know if you can see. They're a little bit wet because I don't know if you still have to do this, but I still like to wash the plastic off and actually scrub it with some liquid cleaning fluid thing, because sometimes there's some plastic oils. There's some oils left because they have to use oils to get. I don't know if they still do that, but they have to get them out of the folds. No, molds, not folds. Sorry. I don't know if that's still a thing, but occasionally you'll get some oily residue on, and that might make it harder to glue things together. Yeah, man, I am not. Don't even ask me about playing 40k. I am so bad at it. There are like a million pieces to these things. I've never actually built Sisters of Battle before, so might have to actually look at the manual now that I think about it. It's very thick. I'm used to Space Marines. They're super easy to build, so this might be difficult. Oh, resin. Gotcha. Well then, I guess I just washed them for no reason. Let's not make a sister superior. That sounds a little complicated. Let's make a battle sister. Okay, we gotta get ourselves pieces 17 and 18 and 19 and 20 and 23 together. Easy peasy. 17, 18, 9. Oh, they're all numbered. Man, that makes everything a lot easier. Because you know all those times when you've been building models and you're like, none of these fit together. It turns out it's because they're all supposed to fit together in a specific way. You kind of don't do that, and then it gets fucky. I don't know, can I actually curse right now? Is it too early on the stream? I had a little bit of time over, and I was too creatively brain dead to do anything good with that time, so I decided, hey, why not actually do what Don Zombie told me to and get on building these little ladies. They are badass. Alright, I'm just looking at the numbering now. This one is not the one I'm going to be using. Alright, gotcha. So how's everyone doing? Having a great Wednesday? It's midday for most of the people watching right now, right? Okay, now these are all like 30 something. No, the first one I was working on was the right one. Ooh, it's neat. You like it? Let me see here. Yeah, I'm using my cell phone, so if the screen goes out, let me know and I will try to fix that. But let me see, let me get the manual up here again. It's 82 in Springfield. That's 82 Fahrenheit. I have no idea how hot or cold that is. 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's get those out first, and then 23 for the backpack. So let's see here. This is 1, 2... They're sort of numbered. We got 16. This has got to be... No, this is 8. This is 10. 80. 62. What the fuck? There's no order to these things. 19. Here we go. This is more like it, unless that's 61. You know what? It is 61. Never mind. 82 is hot. Okay, I didn't know that. I'm a civilized person. I use Celsius in multipliers of 10, 15, 16. Okay, so it actually goes all the way up to 16 on this one, and then it just stops. That's great. Good work, Games Workshop. God, must be a riveting stream to watch right now. Try to figure out where to start. Okay, here we go, 17. So usually when I cut these out, I try to go a little bit away from the where the piece hits the sprues, so to speak. These are called sprues. So actually I'm even gonna go as far as do this and here we go. So I'm like isolating this part of the sprue, because otherwise if you get too big of a piece, you might run a risk of breaking smaller parts. If you're an Eldar player, that's literally something you have to learn to do, because Eldars, especially Dark Eldars, have really tiny little bits that are gonna break if you apply too much pressure on them. And if you just cut them right away, there's going to be more pressure on the other parts where it connects. So you want to be really careful with that. Also, you can't cut off really close, which I did to the foot right here. I don't know if it shows. I cut off close to the foot, but I left this little part here. The reason that is I'm going to twist it off. A lot of times I twist these off because you can actually get a cleaner separation area. Oh god, yeah, this is not a great camera for this. Sorry about that. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit. Whoop. And then, okay, so we're zoomed in. Trying to actually find where did we cut? This is so small. It's not mirroring either. Maybe if I do this, there we go. So this is easy. Yeah, this is easier for me, but it's blurry now. Okay, so what I did was at the parts where it connects, god damn it, here, I twisted it off instead. You have not been sleeping very long, Vias. I just decided to do something different today. I'll probably lose subscribers. I did that last time I did something different, so, but we'll see. It's fine, I like Warhammer. This is actually too zoomed in. Never mind, you're just gonna have to watch it like this. So, we can actually twist. This thing is too thick. Can't twist it. God, yeah. Alright, how about I do this? How about I do this instead? Move this camera closer, you can see me. And yeah, this is even closer because I'm very close to the edge of my desk. Nope, that wasn't great. There we go. So, this is a very thin connection point. I don't know if you can see. Ah, God. I'm so bad at this. You can actually, you just twist this part and it falls off. Easy peasy. But this one is a bit thicker, extra thick. So you want to, either you can try to wiggle a little bit, or you can make it smaller. There you go. See if you can wiggle a little bit. That's not going to be doable. Where's the camera? Actually, if I figure out what the camera is, it's here. Camera's here. So I got to be more in this direction. Okay. So you can actually grab it and wiggle it a little bit, and you'll see it actually starts getting loose. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut it off because I'm lazy, and I made a little incision in it with these things, and I turn it around. Important part is you want to be careful, because the smaller the break, the less chance you'll accidentally remove a detail on this thing. So now generally what I like to do before I do anything else is go through. This is a fancy tool. Don't need that. I do things the old-fashioned way. I use one of these. I just go backwards slowly. Hey, Stone, you're still playing Chaos Space Marines, right? Because I remember you were building your own army a while back. It looked really cool. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm very, very carefully pulling the blade back. I have a blade away from me, and I pull it back slowly. I scrape away the mold lines. Now, Games Workshop models lately, God, yeah, it's really blurry. I don't know if you can see anything. Games Workshop models lately have been extremely good at hiding mold lines, which is great. And ultimately, you'll probably be the only person in the world, unless you're showing your models to a good painter, spoiler, I'm not one of those, who will notice if you accidentally forgot to remove mold lines. But I personally like to do it because I will look at my figurines for a very, very long time. Thank you. I'm trying to do an ASMR voice. I'm being a little bit more quiet than usual because Kitsu is trying to sleep. Listening to some chill Space Marine soundtrack. Yes, we are listening to the Space Marine game soundtrack, which is the best 40k computer game. Anyone who doesn't agree with me can fight me, Scrub Lord. I'm fucking ripped. I'm an Adeptus Astartes. But what we're going to do is very carefully scrape away at the mold line, or actually at the breaking point, so it gets a little bit even. Don't know if that even shows. My camera's good, but it's not built for this kind of precision stuff, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is, I think that helped it clear up a little bit. Let me see here. I'm probably just going to build one of these today because I like to take my time. Is this a mold line or actually a part of the armor? The eternal question. So I think this is actually part of the model. Now the reason they're so good, oh yeah, non-RTS, RTS is not in that genre. No, I'm not a huge fan of RTS in general. I think I really like Dawn of War 1. 2 was, I don't like it when the game stresses me out about like, you gotta deal with this shit or it's gonna get even worse. And like, I don't want stress in my games. Here's a little mold line, so we're gonna, is it a mold line though? Is it a mold line though? Is it though? It's not a fucking mold line, because of course it's a piece of the armor. So let's ignore that one then. And then very gently, God, my eyesight is getting worse. I can barely make out. I do have a magnifying glass. Don't think I should need to use that for this part of the modeling. Let me see here. Very carefully, because this is fabric, so you don't want to break all the folds and creases that 40k build. Yeah, sorry, I'm just chilling out. I've been having a pretty nice day, and I just wanted to spend the last couple of hours with you, my friends, because you're all great people. All right, I'm gonna say that these legs are done for now, because we're not gonna get anywhere if I didn't do that. Again, they've gotten really yeah, Blood Bowl I've actually played a couple of times. I'm not built for competitive games, period. I like modeling 40k. I am absolute garbage at the game, and the worst part is that I get easily flustered, and then it gets even worse, and nobody's having a great time. All right, so we're doing another separation of the spruce here. I'm being a little bit bold. I'm actually cutting fairly close to the connection point. Now again, to repeat this, I don't immediately cut it out of the spruce, because if I do that, there's a high risk. I'm going to do it with this one though, because this one is a little bit in the way. Boop. This is easy because it's mainly connected to these two. But if you cut right from the spruce, first of all, it's hard to get in there. But second of all, you might actually hurt the model if you do that. See, now it's just connected to this little tiny point. Because of the pressure applied to it, the spruce actually already got loosened. So we got that one out without barely having to do anything. Oop, microphone got bumped, sorry about that. This is the Battle Sisters squad. I have never in my life painted Adeptus Sororitas before, and I really like their models. I like their army generally. And I got super interested when I saw someone posting some really cool Space Marines on Twitter yesterday. And I was like, hey, I like to do this stuff. But I always chicken out when I paint because I'm never happy with the results. So I don't think I have a single... Actually, I do have a single finished army. And it looks like absolute horse shit because I finished it because I wanted to enter a tournament. And yeah, it's just a battle squad, basically. It's a standard troop choice, but yeah, I was like, I should probably do this and be less stressed out about getting them done quickly, or like getting them done to play with friends, or even getting them done to show off, but rather have it as like a thing on my channel when I want to cool down. And I know this is not World of Darkness related, and I don't know what the algorithms are going to do to me about this. I think they're going to have a shit fit, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. So it's a little bit of a mold line here on this thing. So what I'm doing is I'm very, very gently scraping with the knife several times, just to get rid of the worst part of the mold line. Whoop. Diasporics. Oh, yeah. They actually have models now. I thought that was just like a fan thing. Is that 30k though? Diasporics? Aren't those the people who get fucked over by Horus? Or is that the Tau? No, they're called God, I don't remember the Tau term for humans. It's a Guidan? I don't remember. I don't play filthy Xenos or Xeno sympathizers. Just kidding. I usually try to play pretty friendly people. My custom Space Marine chapter. Oh, I mean, if you don't want to get too detailed, I recommend sales. Oh yeah, I do have the contrast paints. I do. I was building an Imperial Fist army with those, and honestly, I only wanted to do that after they released the contrast paints. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Celestine model for Sunset. God, I'm so sorry. The chat has been moving really fast. You built Adeptus Stone. I asked you about your Chaos Army, and then I completely forgot about it. Chaos Space Marines. Okay, you're still doing them. Plague Marines, really cool. Yeah. I mean, I think contrast paints are really like. Obviously, they're not as godsend of a thing as they were hyped up to be. That's perfectly fine. They really don't gotta be, but they help you paint. They help to add some really nice touch to the stuff. I personally am not a fan of dry brush in general. I think it always looks kind of messy, especially for power armor and stuff like that. But if you're doing Ratkin, no, they're not called Ratkin, Skaven. I'm bleeding World of Darkness here. If you do Skaven, I think I have a Skaven Blood Bowl team half painted. Then obviously you're going to be doing some dry brush. Yeah, but they're another tool in the toolbox, exactly. What else do you got? So I have this old Space Marine army. I am a Space Marine fanboy, so that's just a thing. So I have Space Marines, and then I have Undeads for fantasy, really old ones, so they're garbage. And I have another Space Marine army, which is the one, my homebrew chapter, the one I started on. They're called the Solid Fists. I think I posted pictures of them on Twitter. I don't have any available right now. They're white with... they are white with... the fuck? Oh, they're white with Mechanicus red trims and details, and they are basically former Black Templars who did something really nasty and decided they'd strayed too far from the Emperor's words and decided to actually stop crusading and begin to follow the Codex Astartes again. They're also like, they're very repentant. The only reason I've made them Black Templars is because they have a burning hatred for Psykers, witches, which is something I've always had in 40k. I'm not a fan of Psykers in general. Burn the witch, abhor the mutant, all that jazz. But also because I don't know how to play with them. It's mostly that. Yeah, contrast paints are just really good washes. Very hot take, but no, they're excellent. And I think especially if you just want to make them look okay for battle ready, then contrast paints are the way to go. And again, if you want to paint Imperial Fists and you don't hate yourself, which, I mean, is that related? Like how Rogel Dorn invented the pain glove and stuff, is that related to how difficult it is to paint yellow? That would make sense. But yeah, if you're a real masochist, you want to paint. I did a couple of Imperial Fists using desert khaki, like khaki foundation paint color, and then layers upon layers upon layers of yellow ink or yellow wash to get. This was before contrast paints though, to get that yellow feel. The only problem is that hue of yellow, there is no official color that matches that yellow. So if you messed up later on, you'd have to redo the entire thing. Those are my 30k models. I have an Imperial Fist 30k army essentially, which I never got to finish. But this, I have a few models of everything that I painted over time, but this is the first time I go into Sororitas because I just think they're neat. I just think they look nice. I mean, it's 40k. I can't like mutants in 40k, but I can like mutants otherwise. Let's see here. Leggy go like this. I think this is right. Yep. And body. Perfect. Let's get the back part of this body done, and then we'll put together the body and put it on a base. So we're going for... Wait, this is the wrong one. Never mind. It's over here. Will you ever do some of the fan Chronicles of Darkness games like Princess the Hopeful? Maybe. I don't know. Chronicles of Darkness, generally, I haven't really gotten super into, except for, what's it called? Changeling the Lost. The reason isn't as exciting as you'd think it is. The reason is simply that I know more about World of Darkness, so it's easier for me to talk about that stuff. Did I? No, I didn't get her back out. Is it on another spruce? Really? That seems like an awfully unnecessary thing to do. 30, let me see here, 49, 36. I like Bastet. They're actually one of the few changing breeds that I have the original book for. I had that, and for the Hangyokai for some reason. What can I say? I'm a weeb. I'm not even gonna hide it. Let's see, 29. No, we're looking for 20. 20 is the one we're going for. Oh, 62. It wasn't even close, by the way. 10. Let me see here. 1. 8. What the hell? This music is great, by the way. I love this game. Yeah, the Simba are... the Simba are Bastet. The Psykers you play, I made the Noctilia crown something I've been eyeing quite a bit. Noctilith crown. Cool, I don't know what the Noctilith crown is. I'm very out of the loop when it comes to Chaos, unfortunately. Like, I saw the new models. They look really, really cool. I like them, but unfortunately, you would never be able to get me to go Chaos. I am a Imperial homeboy. I just really like humanity. Humanity, fuck yeah. Where is the back of... Did I take it out somewhere? This is the backpack, 23. 19. I have the legs. I have the torso. God, this is like a puzzle. Oh, it makes them worse. Yeah, I think they've really simplified Psycho rules in general. Sorry, this shows how much of a scrub I am. I don't even have the... Wait, 18. Oh my god. Never mind. I don't really have... I think Psykers have become more and more easy to just implement into the game, which I'm happy with. I'm just a little bit of a coward when it comes to psychers. I don't want to mess up, so I tend to err on the side of cautious and just not have them. This is number 27. I'm not using that one. 18. Where are you at? It should be here somewhere, unless they moved you. 22. 18. Oh my god, this is... Are you kidding me? That's another sprue. Wait, are they collared from which sprue they are on? I think they are. Yeah, they use... wait, 18 is supposed to be a bolter arm. Okay, gotcha. So let's just check for bolter again. Man, I'm rusty. I haven't done this in so... Okay, see this bolter here that it was under my thumb? That's literally the thing I was looking for the last 3 minutes. Man, embarrassing. Okay, let's just cut out the sprue. Sometimes I like to really cut sprues into like smaller and smaller pieces. So now I'm twisting this entire thing away from this banner or this standard or whatever you want to call it. Let's get rid of the sprue, and then let's cut out. So we got the head here. I'm gonna actually not use that head. Let's leave this here for now. I have a feeling I'm gonna be using these parts. Thousand Suns or Eldar. Psychers have the problem with roll to succeed, then pray it isn't denied. Make it hard to hinge your game plan on them. Oh yeah, Malpheus, I agree with you. Like, I didn't even try to buy physical copies of books before I realized you could get print on demand. I was like, oh well, guess I missed that ride, and then print on demand. Only thing is, a lot of the books, well, not a lot, but some of the books that are a little bit more, how to say, controversial to publish, like Black Dog Factory, Fomori Freak Legion, you got Horus Heresy, you got Montreal by Night. Those books are not available as print on demand, nor are like first edition stuff. Not that, I mean, a lot of first edition stuff isn't really worth paying for in terms of World of Darkness, but it's still kind of sad that you can't get a print on demand first edition of Vampires the Masquerade. That book is surprisingly solid. Like, they had struck gold right away. Lore is really on par, a little bit leaning way more into the subcultures, which I think they went further and further away from the more editions you got. And there's some iffy stuff in first edition Vampire, but in general it's a surprisingly solid rulebook. It's not like Dungeons and Dragons first edition. Ugh. Or whatever the previous edition was called. So this, is this just her shoulder and the bolter? Interesting choice of design, but oh, it's hanging from her back. Okay, I got it. Sorry, it's not very clear what I'm doing, by the way. I'm trying to... How about if I... Oh, if I do... No, this is just showing more. Okay. Yeah, Werewolf First Edition was strange, though. It had lots of really weird art. Freak Legion, I know my friend has. It hasn't aged well. I went through it. The art is terrible, and it's not a great book, but it's interesting to read in terms of like historical context. And if you want inspiration for Fomori, if you, for some reason, want to run a Fomori game, I can't really imagine why. Very a one shot maybe, but AD&D, man, D&D, I have a complex relationship with that. I actually have the original Redbox Swedish version somewhere, where you get experience points from gold. And Dwarf, no wait, I don't think Dwarf was a class at that time, I don't remember, but general, I think 5th edition, honestly, I mean 4th edition, I have to admit, I was discussing this with a friend for a long time, and I was in the other camp, and 4th edition had superior rules in terms of strategy, I guess, compared to 5th edition. 5th edition in rules-wise is a little bit of a step backwards. So I'm using Tamiya. This is the first time I'm using this plastic cement because a friend of mine who does a lot of models recommended it to me. So this has a little bit of a brush. It's very cute and tiny. So I'm just going to brush a little bit of plastic cement on here. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. And we're going to put this back in the lid. And we're gonna put the leggy in. And I have very, very shaky hands. I don't know if you can see. This is one of the reasons I don't do much painting, because I have to really find a position where I don't shake my hands violently. I have tremors. I didn't even realize I had tremors until a friend pointed out to me that my hands should not be shaking as much as they do. I think it might just also be hopped up on caffeine. Yeah, 5e, I think 5e is system-wise really boring. And I don't know why, I mean, I know why they went with Faerun as the default setting. I just think Faerun is super boring. If they wanted to make, especially now, like I'm not going to get into too much talking about the whole changes to the setting and stuff, but if you want to get into one of the D&D settings where morality is way more complex than just being like, oh, all orcs are evil or whatever, I just want to put it out there that they had a really good game for that, which was called Planescape, which is an entire setting, and there's lots and lots of materials on it, and they just didn't go there. Planescape is great if you want to talk morality in your games, and if you want to break conventions and want to play as pretty much whatever you want to play. But they didn't want to go with that one. They wanted to go with Faerun, because Faerun had Baldur's Gate, and everyone loves Faerun. I'm not salty at all. Eberron is good too. Eberron is good. It's way more complex, but Planescape's always going to be my go-to game. It's brilliant, and its design, it's brilliant, and it's like it gets surprisingly philosophical when you start looking into the many factions in Sigil. It's Sigil, by the way. It's not Sigil. It says so in the 2nd edition book that anyone who pronounces it Sigil is clearly a clueless Burke who just arrived. So, homebrew setting, the Forgotten Realm. Yeah, homebrew settings, absolutely. And it's not like they tell you not to do homebrew settings. They really don't seem to have any problems with that. But I think, again, 4th edition tried to do it differently. They were like, so we don't really know which setting this is. It's just dots of light in a lot of darkness. I kind of like that. But then they went more and more Faerun. Okay, so the plastic cement is not great for... Maybe I just didn't put enough. Well, let's talk a little bit about modeling for a second here. I just put a little bit of glue, or plastic cement, which doesn't work well with the base because they're not the same kind of plastic, clearly. Because the bases you can get the bases are cheaper, basically. But if you get just a little bit of glue on just one foot, especially the sturdier foot, you don't want to do it on the tiny foot, you can actually get this model loose from the base, because I don't like using these standard bases. I like to use GW's pre-made molded plastic bases. They're really cool. Yeah, all their adventure models are mostly set in Forgotten Realms. The thing is, I've been running modules for a long while, and they always look really good on paper, like, oh, this is going to be so much fun to run, and then it becomes a fucking slog. I'm running Storm King's Thunder. I don't want to shit on D&D, that's really not why I'm doing this stream, but I'm running Storm King's Thunder. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, the Storm King's Thunder, which is lauded as one of the best 5th edition adventures. And I'm telling you, I had to buy on the drive-through RPG version, like the DM's Guild, I had to buy a guide to the Storm King's Adventure that literally explores more of the actual setting and gives you like inspiration for what you can do during chapter 3, which is literally a chapter of free roaming, do whatever the hell you want, fetch quests, tiny quests for like 3 levels before the players get Deus Ex Machina into chapter 4, where the story continues. Chapter 3 is completely pointless. It's just filler. I mean, it's impressive. There's a lot of it there, but it's so bad. We've been in there for a year and a half with my group, and I just went like, oh no, you're level 8. Let's continue. Curse of Strahd is really good. Not a huge fan of some of the design choices in it. They kept some of the stuff around that. Like I've only played Curse of Strahd. I've never run it. I don't even think I have the book. But I got really put off by like. It was way more open worldy than I thought it would be, which was a little bit weird to me. Ooh, I should not have done this. Oh, I should not have put these together first. But let's see if we can still get it to fit. We cannot. That's a shame. Alright, then let's do this. Okay, how about here you go, get in there. Okay, is it on? Is the body on? It is on, sort of. Sort of. Need more glue, I guess. Or no, it's actually the body that's not. Hold on. Hold on here. They fit really well together, actually. I should probably use more glue. Ooh, this part doesn't look great. No, I'm gonna have to apply more glue. Man, I'm so sorry. I looked down from this stream chat and then I look back and it's in a completely different place. I'm so sorry if I'm not very coherent in this stream, but I do have to focus on also putting this little lovely battle sister together, and this is my first one. I think I mentioned that, yeah, so I'm a little bit nervous about messing up, because these are not cheap. Games Workshop stuff is not cheap. 11 models for 50 bucks. It's like, ugh. This is one of the first times I bought myself something not World of Darkness related in terms of nerdiness for a long time. The computer games don't count. Okay, let's see. So you see I'm extremely shaky when I'm trying to do this. But let's see. Let's get the body together a little bit. Let's just get her off the base because it's not working. Hold on here. This is not... Are we sure this is the right... This is going here. Oh, is this how it's supposed to go? And then it's like this. Yeah, I got her off the base, might as well. Oh, there's still a little gap there. That's super weird. Oh wait, no shit. Is that supposed to be the? I think that's another part that I should have put in. It's the number 19 is supposed to go in there. Hope I can fit it in now. Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, it's the quality of the models have gotten up significantly in the last couple of years because GW is using printers as well. But I consider them a luxury expense, and I also consider myself a person lucky enough to be able to afford a luxury expense. So I am not judging anyone on their purchasing practices when it comes to this stuff, because man, you do whatever you need to do to stay afloat is all I'm saying. Is this thing supposed to go here? I am so bad at this. And let me see here. 19. Oh yeah, that's very informative. Yeah, put it there. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, this is someone actually carrying a standard, so that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna assume then that this tiny, this part is the decorative part. Man, my vision is getting blurry. It's pretty late. And yeah, that seems to be it. And this part is supposed to go in here. Yeah, that seems to make sense. Don't I have hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, and back. Alright, so I have a little thingy. So where did I... Oh, there it is. Okay, good. Thought I lost it. So unfortunately, if you're a man with giant hams for fists, you're a little bit bad at figuring out where to put things. Yeah. Ooh. Nah, these don't go well together at all. Wait, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Jesus, this thing is small. Yeah, because there's... See, one of the things that shows you which side to go in is that there are actually stuff, details on the back here, but there's not on this little flat side. So All right, wish me luck, everyone, because I should have probably put this on before I did anything else. Let me just say, playing the Space Marine game gave me a completely new appreciation of the Ultramarines, because that game is just so good, and that the main character is just a really good guy. Oh God, yeah, I used too much glue. I mean, too much cement. Worst thing you can do if you're getting cement out on the plastic is you should not try to wipe it off, or at least not forcefully, because it melts the plastic. That's why it's called cement. It cements the plastic. Okay, I mean, this fits in here. It's fine. It's fine. The arm is going to be in the way here anyway. Oh God. Yeah, my giant meat fists. Hello, Norbert. How you doing? My giant meat fists cannot handle the tiny, tiny snotlings of the orcs. I like orcs, though. They're a cool bunch. So this thing is kind of just sticking out here, huh? Oh well. It's a little bit gluey, but that's fine. If I don't disrupt the surface, it's gonna dry out. It's gonna be a bit shiny, but the base coat will cover that anyway. Spray. All right. Didn't fit it well enough together, but you know what they say? Do it, do again. Space Wolf game. Just mod Space Marine. You only need Space Marine. You can pretty much mod it to be any playable, any chapter. But no, but I think GW, like what we're seeing Games Workshop doing, or rather what we're seeing Paradox and White Wolf doing, is they're going the route of Games Workshop. They're like, oh, you want to make a game with our IP? No proballo, homie. Just sign the line, make your mobile game, and off you go. Here are the design documents. Basically, I played the Horus Heresy mobile game for a while, a couple of years back, and it was so bad. Only reason I played it because I was like on a Horus Heresy rush. I was reading, consuming everything I could, and then I realized I didn't like Horus Heresy for a lot of reasons. Got into a pretty heated argument on my Discord why I think the first 3 books utterly failed in setting the tone for the series. That is completely my personal opinion. Brainstorm video about storylines to World of Darkness. Miguel, thank you for repeating. I am very, very sorry. Let me read the other thing. Coherent one, trying to read through Werewolf 20, and I like the small narrations, really like the right one. Thank you very much for liking my videos. And I think, unfortunately, 20th edition, anniversary edition, for every game, I think they get better over time, though, are usually not super great lore-wise or inspiration-wise. That's some of the parts they've sacrificed in order to fit more stuff in there, which I don't really blame them for. I'd rather have more stuff in my book than having to buy more books. Looking at you, Mage, who 760 pages and still need another 2 books to play. But yeah, brainstorming, narrating stuff. Actually, that's something I've mentioned to my patrons that I would like to do, because I might as well reveal it here too. I was worried about it, but I am getting burned out from running Stockholm by Night. Unfortunately, I really, really love doing it, but it is taking up roughly the same amount of time as my daytime job, and it's not sustainable for me, unfortunately. I'm running 5 different groups, each group once a month, and one of the ideas I had for replacing that, have I seen the new Kickstarter? Yeah, I kickstarted it, Ghost Hunters. I have made it, however, I've made it a policy not to kickstart a physical copy of a book unless the shipping is half the price of the book, which so far they haven't been. I know Cults of the Blood Gods, they actually got a good deal on the shipping, I think. Because it's like, I'm not going to pay $50 extra to ship it to Sweden, and I'll get the PDF and I'll buy it later. But yeah, what I was thinking is that I wanted to do workshops with my patrons twice a month. So basically have maybe one European time and one American time, where I'd maybe hold little lectures or seminars if people wanted to hear that, or we could share stuff we've been making. Shush. Shush, Wilma. What do you want? I can't show you her now, though, unfortunately, because the camera is so close. But I would like to do that because it would save me a lot of time and everyone would still get the same hours amount of content, I guess, in a sense. And then at a later point, I could share it with lower tier patrons. Hi, Falco Dude, how you doing? And that was an idea I'm leaning more and more into because I like running games, but I have a hard time balancing it right now, and I'm also a teacher by profession, so I think that talking about these things, shush, Wilma, is easier for me, and it will still be some kind of content for people who are patrons to me. I feel really bad about Stockholm by Night. I will finish it. We will stop running monthly games in November, so we will have 2 more sessions, and then we will figure out a way for people to use their, because you get like, you've gotten game points over how many months you've been Rage Across Sweden. Nah, man, no, switching up is not a great deal. Wilma, shush, I'm working. She wants me to go to bed. I'm sorry. I'll pet her head pretty roughly and she'll get upset and she'll leave, hopefully. Post by post Discord server, that's a lot of moderation. That it's a lot of work. I think Stone might agree with me when I say that running a play by post server invites a lot of work for everyone involved, moderators, for no worries, it's okay. I'm sorry for the reaction about the game Paladin. I just I think for my own sanity's sake I need to tone down, and I'm also like, if people think that's an unfair deal, I am 100% okay with people dropping their patron to a lower level or even dropping completely. Because they were promised monthly games or bi-monthly games, and if I can't deliver that, then they're more in their right to reassess whether or not they want to support that patron. So I would never hold that against anyone. And patron, like, it's a great thing. I really love that I can invest that money into this, into my channel, but it's also like it's more worth it if I can keep making content and make more public content, I think. Like, I still want to make stuff for my patrons, but if I can also make, like, as you probably noticed, I only do 1 weekly video now, 1 weekly lore video, and that is actually because I haven't had the time and energy to sit down and make the who's or how to plays, because I've just been I've just been creatively exhausted, and it's not great, and I definitely am not trying to pin any blame on anyone but myself, because I'm the one who decided to do this, but it's just basically I have to rethink. Shush. I have to rethink my patron. This is the head we're gonna go with. She has an open helmet, which is pretty cool. It's the one we're gonna go with. Let's see if oh no, it's completely blurry. See if I can focus the camera. Nope. Cannot. Camera is not good enough to pick up the face. I'll take some photos later and put it on my community. See you later, Stone. Thank you for dropping by. Wilma's saying bye as well. It's shush Wilma. And also the Patreon games that we've been running haven't been public so far, and that's perfectly fine with me, but it also means that a lot of the content isn't coming out, so that's why it's been a little bit dry on my channel. And I've literally, thanks to Corona, actually, that's positive, because if it wasn't for Corona, I think I would have folded way earlier, because I actually do hang out with people in real life as well, believe it or not, with normies. And I go out for beer sometimes, and I hang with some really old childhood friends that I still roleplay with. We still find time to do it online, but it's much less of a hassle. We used to do like full day games. And I'd like to try to get back to that, because I haven't meeting people in a long time. But it's definitely not an easy decision to make. but I have been... Wait, hold on. Is she missing a helmet part? Yeah, she is. So there's a helmet part. There's a front part to this too. Interesting. I am much more able to spot these signs. Oh yeah, there is a front helmet part. How nice. Is that 140? Let me see if I can find that. I'm back when I was younger, I would have instead kept chugging on until I hit a point where I literally could not do it anymore, and then I would just basically ghost everyone. Not a great survival strategy, so I'd like to think that I have at least learned some things by being an adult and having responsibilities. I really tend to fold under expectations really quickly, but I also put really high expectations on myself, like with the channel. I really enjoy working on the channel, but it's also gotten to the point where I don't have much time or energy to do research. So a lot of my latest videos have actually been not great because I just didn't do the right amount of research, and that's also because of work-related BS. That's I'm not gonna go super into that because it's more like a workplace relationship issue. So that's it's been dealt with. But I had some stressful situations popping up with someone in the work vicinity, and that made it very difficult to focus on stuff when I came home. I took my job with me home, which was not great. Let me see here. Oh. And I'm also in that little part, which is kind of weird to say, but I'm also in the part where my patron is doing really well. Really well. Like I far above and beyond my expectations. So I want to keep that up, but I also, it's not making nearly as much as my day job, so I can't quit my day job. Kitsu is not working yet, so it's a situation where I can't afford going full-time at the channel, even if I want to, because we've got bills to pay. And also there's the thing, if I do go full-time with this, I'm gonna have to start paying taxes, and then I definitely would not be making the same amount of money as I make with my daytime job. Hello, hi Jinxie, how you doing? Yeah, werewolf lore is surprisingly more intuitive than vampire. I think always find werewolf lore to be easier to understand. All right, since I have an absolute garbage camera, you folks will not be seeing this little helmet head right here. I'm gonna have to see if I can figure out a way to. Oh, it's not sticking properly. Is this the right? Yeah, both of these were fine. It said. All right, let me put some more glue on this. Not a fan of this glue so far, I gotta say. It's a little too lightweight for me. More glue. If at first you don't succeed, apply way more glue, and you will be fine. So I'm making a Sister Battle standard bearer, and she's gonna have her helmet up, or her visor open rather. Let me just see if I can. There we go. So I'm gonna let that one to dry. Oh yeah, the blackouts. Sorry about that. That is actually my phone camera. It occasionally does that. Either that or I drop frames. Which would you guys prefer? Occasional short blackouts or drop frames when it gets laggy. I can change it to that because if it's on Wi-Fi, it doesn't black out, but it lags occasionally, sometimes quite a bit. My take on I haven't actually read much on the Kickstarter. Oh yeah, I will put them up. No promise. No worries. I'll pull a photo up of the model once it's up. It means nothing special really. It hasn't been painted yet. But Ghost Hunter, I'm a simple man. I see a Kickstarter from Onyx Path. I back it. It's as simple as that. But it's 20th anniversary rules, which I appreciate. I'm glad that they're keeping those rules around. See, my hands are so shaky. Give her a little bit of a head tilt and she's looking off into the distance. I like that. Yeah, it looks fine. I really like the faces they made for these models. Grim Hollow, I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, the disconnect is because I'm using the USB powering for the camera. If I switch, or USB transfer of data for this camera. If I switch to Wi-Fi transfer data, that's when we're gonna get the frame drops. I don't actually haven't read anything about Ghost Hunter. I'm assuming it's like Ghostbusters, like Hunter, but specifically about ghosts. Kind of a Hunter light, maybe. In which case, I think it sounds really cool. I don't know what Grim Hollow is, though. Sorry. So, here's our model so far. God, I cannot get a good... You can see my hands really well, so that's something. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, look at that. There we go. So, I'm using my iPhone as a camera right now. Okay, now it's the tricky part of actually adjusting this to the camera. So, here she is right now. She's got the open helmet. Hello, Simon. How you doing? But people outside Wizards of the Coast, Grim Hollow. So is it like a World of Darkness-esque take with 5th edition? Oh my god. Well, the head just got loose, but that's fine. We'll put in some more glue. This glue is not very strong. The plus side, that means it doesn't corrode the plastic that much when you apply it, so you can be more liberal with the application and less careful. Which is good. I like that. I'm very not careful. Let's have a look into the over her shoulder instead. There you go. Now, usually when I paint my models, I would leave the arms... yeah, Wraith version of the handbook for the recently deceased. Thank you, Falco Dude. That's really nice. Yeah, I'm looking for solutions. I'm not feeling like... I'm not burnt out. That's the thing. If I was burnt out, I would be disappearing. I've gotten very, very good at knowing when I'm getting burned out. That doesn't mean that I'm going to let myself get burned out, though. But that's why I had to change my patron. It escalated very, very quickly. Things got very quickly to the level where I was like, okay, I don't think I can fulfill this. And I was a little bit too... I think it was a little bit too naive to the undertaking, and a little bit too like, I'm never gonna hit that goal. So that's hence why things went very quickly out of hand. I'm very, very happy with the games we run on our Patreon so far. I think they're some of the best games I've ever ran. Of course, I've had some hiccups as a storyteller, but my players are absolutely amazing. How do I have the capacity for World of Darkness and Warhammer? This is the first time I'm doing anything Warhammer related since... I would say winter 2018. That's when I was when I was painting my Imperial Fists, and then I just stopped because I started doing World of Darkness stuff. Anyway, Innocence, but I don't get what they work on next, or Field Edition wars with it. That's an interesting question, Norbert. I don't like. For me, it was strange that they would make a new game with the W20 rules, because I always figured that Onyx Path, if they release new stuff, it's going to be with the Chronicles of Darkness system. It's their baby, you know. I'm guessing maybe they want to keep the system relevant. Sorry for the gurgling in my mouth there. Maybe they want to keep the 20 system alive, or maybe whoever pitched that idea was really adamant about it and be like, yeah, no, this only works if it's the 20. Maybe they want to focus on crossovers with Wraith too. You know, Wraith, Vampire, Werewolf. If it's a Scooby-Doo-esque kind of game, I can imagine that you could pretty easily do crossovers. Because, let's be honest, Hunter, The Reckoning, not the greatest game. Sorry, I'm just gonna go out and say that that's not the strongest of the old World of Darkness games. So maybe this is like a soft reboot of Hunter the Reckoning, or maybe even Project Twilight, or Hunter's Hunted, in the sense that you're playing mere mortals. I don't know, again, I haven't read up on it enough yet, unfortunately, but I'm pretty excited about it. I think it sounds like a cool thing. And I'm always excited when Onyx Path puts out stuff. Like, I wish I had more time to play their games. I'm a huge fan of... I was going to say Paws and Claws, but that's the Let's Play. It's Pugmire. Pugmire is really cool. I like that as a concept. And I am a little bit of an anti D20 system in general. Not like for any other reason than I think it's a very limited system. I don't think it's particularly realistic, which of course doesn't have to be what you're going for. But I think if you want to play a game with a lot of social interactions, and if you want to do, am I putting this in the wrong way? No, it's the right way. If you want to have a game with a lot of social interactions and a lot of social skill tests and a lot of, skill tests in general, I don't think the D20 system is great for that. I think it's really, really good, solid combat system. Obviously, it's selling extremely well, but it's a combat game. That's the original design intention, and I really like it when people do homebrews and they do their own hacks for it and stuff like that. But I also at some points think that maybe you should just try another system as well. No, not V20, D20. Sorry. I'm talking about Dungeons and Dragons, or like the SRD. What's the general name of the system? The D20 based system that they're using in D&D, that they're using in Pathfinder as well, I suppose. V20 is, in terms of system, the best of the old Will of Darkness games. 20th is of course perfection in that regards. The only issue I have with those games, cool little arm poking out here. The only issue I have with those games are that they are not newbie friendly, and that they don't really do a great job in conveying layers of secrecy that older editions did. That's the only beef I have with starting with V20 as your system, because older systems was much better, were much better at slowly introducing you to the setting, in my opinion, of course. But since I was talking about D&D, I was mostly just saying that I'm not a huge fan of the system being used. Like, they had social encounters and environmental encounters and stuff in 4th edition, and I felt that was really trying to do stuff with the system that it was not. This is going to be a tough one. I'm a little bit concerned about this. Well, we did get the staff loose, so that's fine, or the shaft. So that's going to be fine, but I'm a little worried I might hurt some of the plastic. You see it bends? Just by pinching, I'm moving pressure on this thing, so it's got to be very careful. And if you ever get into Dark Elders, then God help you, because you will not have, all your models will not survive. You're just being removed from the sprues. You will have casualties. So just giving you the warning. If you're used to Space Marines with their like giant body parts, you'll have to relearn your spruce techniques when you get into other armies. That's why I stick to Space Marines, because I have big meaty fists and I do not have good fine motorics. And again, since I got the question, the reason I am doing 40k now, just a little bit, is for no reason. I'm not changing the topic of my channel. I'm not doing 40k lore videos. I know people were very split on that one. I made a poll a long time ago. No, I did this because I want to chill, hang with you guys, and these are my first models that I'm building in over 2 years. I have really low decks. I'm very, I have a very firm grip, and sometimes I'm a little bit heavy-handed with stuff. So I'm the kind of person who'd need an extra strong steering wheel, so I didn't like actually bend it over time, because I grip things very tightly. Yeah, 40k lore I would probably make another channel. Plus, a lot of people were saying, and I kind of agree, that it's a really saturated angle right now, and I don't think I could do a better job than a lot of people out there. There's some people doing really good lore stuff, and I'm not a 40k lore man. I know enough lore to go by. This fucking glue is terrible. Why did I buy this? More glue. Just drench it in glue. There we go. If you don't stick now, you fucking arm, I'm gonna have a conniption fit. There you go. Stick. Stay a while and listen. Have you seen any of the fan-made content for it, like Stardust and Hell's Reach? Stardust is so good. Astartes is great. I will always be a Space Marine guy because I also think that Space Marines in many ways embody the hope in 40k more than literally any other army, I guess. No, not even Eldar, because they're kind of dicks about it. I think Space Marines in general, at least Salamanders and Space Wolves and Ultramarines and Imperial Fist, they're in it for the good of humanity. They know what they are. They know what they shouldn't be doing. They learn their lessons. They're working really hard. There's Chaos Space Marines, of course, and there's new Chaos Space Marines. I'm not gonna deny that. But I think in a world like 40k, it's very reassuring to know that there's a huge army of beef muscle dudes, totally not in any way or form non-hetero, but like it's nice to know that they're out there and they're aware of how different they are, and they don't have any ambitions to rule the galaxy, most of them anyway. And they're just there looking out for the small guy. They're just there helping out humanity when no one else will, against insurmountable odds, and willing to die so that, you know, poor little humans can survive and thrive and live on. And there's something really nice about that. And of course, they're also super cool. But they're very inspiring to me. I've always been a fan of people who are willing to go above and beyond for others. I don't want to glorify war. I have opinions about that stuff, but I think this arm does not want to... Is this not supposed to go on this body? This fucking arm. I've noticed I've gotten significantly sloppier with my mold lines over time, but that's... oh, there we go. It's just how it just be like that sometimes. Necrons are cool. I kind of really liked the previous lore for them. I'm not a huge fan of them being more sentient and more, you know, varied in their personality. Simon, I mean, if you think about it, they're like Space Marines. They were created to defend, or rather, well, no, they were created to conquer the galaxy way back. But now they're around. They're this relic of the past. I mean, Primaris Marines are gonna be... Oh, something froze? Is my stream frozen? Weird. I don't have any drop frames. Try reloading. Yeah, like I was saying, I don't. They're a relic, pre-Primaris Marines, of course. Very difficult to recreate. Oh, Necrons. Necrons used to be very single-minded, destroy everything, destroy all life. And then they had a huge change in their lore, which I guess it's good that they made them more complicated, more complex. They're not just, you know... Okay, hold on, I gotta make sure that I make this thing right now. But I kind of really like the Terminator murder robots that they were. Okay, so this one is... Okay, it's gonna be the Relinquary. Cool. Relinquary, is that... Wait, which parts are in that? The blue one. So how do we build the blue one? Simulacrum Imperialis. So that's 25, 26, 27. So I got those. 25, 26, 27. Where's 26? It's this thing over here. No? 26. 26. Where was I? I was just rambling. I think I'm a little tired of Grimdark in general, unfortunately, because it's like 40k when it started was very much a counterculture commentary on Thatcherism, Reaganomics, and really like bizarre imperialistic space war. I mean, Star Wars, Reagan's Star Wars, and it was satire when it came out, Rogue Trader. But then they very quickly realized that they had something pretty cool in their hands. I'm not sorry. I'll drop this topic, but I just feel like I'm tired of Grimdark. I'm tired of it being absolute shit. I guess I'm just getting old. I was all about that shit a while back. I kind of like the Horus Heresy books because I like the Greek tragedy angle of it. And I mean, since this is my channel and I currently have everyone's attentions, I'll tell you all why I don't like Horus Heresy that much anymore. And my reasoning isn't because some of the books are okay. So some of the books in Horus Heresy are really good. Some of the books in Horus Heresy are really bad in terms of writing. But where I think they really dropped the ball is that they went with the heresy far too early in the story. Warhammer Fantasy was amazing. I loved it. And this is the reason it's still being used for their for the computer games, because Age of Sigmar is milk toast compared to it. It's very... I'm not a huge fan of Age of Sigmar. It's gotten better. But then again, I was never a huge fantasy guy, but I mean, even Warhammer Fantasy is still being used for the role-playing games. It's still the go-to fantasy setting they're using. But like I was saying, they wanted to portray the heresy of Horus as being, you know, fueled by a feeling of betrayal and you know, frustration with the emperor from Horus, that the emperor didn't care about them anymore, that he threw them aside for his own little project. I'm fine with that. That's a good reason. But Horus was fooled into allying himself with chaos, and that is really where my big beef is. Lizardman, you show up to ask me that. Is that the first thing you've said? No, you've said stuff before. Sorry. Necrons have cool aesthetics, but you only say that because you're a Satite. But yeah, I think the Lizardmen are actually pretty neat. I don't mind them so much, to be honest. But that's because they're in Warhammer and they're not in World of Darkness. Lizard King and Dinosaur Kings, fuck you. Fuck you. I hate them. I hate the Mokole. Okay. Because if you read the original trilogy of Horus Heresy, Horus doesn't understand. Sorry, Simon, you got... For some reason, YouTube is really anal. I don't know if... Can I use that word? YouTube really doesn't like it when people curse for some reason. That's weird. Okay, so this thing is supposed to go in on the top. Hold on here. I'm doing the simulacrum. I don't even know what the simulacrum is. I'm probably messing things up. This is how I used to do things. Like literally everything, single thing in this game, every little thing you can put on your miniature actually has an in-game reason for existing, which I had no idea about until I started playing competitively for a very, very short time. And that was a fun thing to learn. It's like, oh, I literally fucked up all my models because I had no idea what this thing was. But I'm getting off topic again. Basically, Horus, first of all, Erebus steals a weapon from the... What are they called? The diaspora? Whatever they're called. Erebus steals the weapon from them, so they get into a conflict where Horus is forced to kill them. So they could totally have a peaceful solution. Horus wanted a peaceful solution, but because it was an assassination attempt on him because Erebus stole the weapon, Horus basically got pissy and decided we're gonna wipe them out. So that's why that war happened. And then, oh, hold on, let me focus. There we go. And then Erebus continues to corrupt his officers, and then he gives the sword to one of his oldest friends, which corrupts him and turns him into some kind of cancer mutant for Nurgle. And then Horus, still not turning to chaos, kills him and gets mortally wounded in the process. So the only way for Horus to survive is to be cured by chaos. And that's not all. Then Erebus goes into Horus's dreams and starts lying to him and like obscuring the truth of the future. So Horus thinks that the reason that everyone is worshipping the Emperor is because the Emperor got rid of Horus, instead of, you know, because the Emperor got turned into a... Yeah, Caiaphas Cain is a great storyline. So the entire heresy, the entire betrayal of Horus against the Emperor is founded on trickery and deceit, which I think really cheapens the whole, like, there's no legitimacy to it. Yeah, I know the Emperor is a little bit... okay, not a little bit, he's a douchebag, but that is not reason enough to literally burn the entire galaxy. Horus converts to chaos because he got fooled into making that decision. I don't think there's any dramatic weight in that whatsoever. It's garbage. And when I went back to read these 3 books and I had that realization, I was like, this is such a shit show. Because I'm really sorry for complaining so much about this, but it removes the human aspect of it. I'm fine with him being corrupted, but then don't make it out like there are heroes on both sides. It's you can't have the cake and eat it, or what do they call it? And that's why I don't like the Horus Heresy, I guess. And my opinion maybe not great. You can totally disagree with me. That's fine. It's my channel. I wanted to complain about it. You can tell that the entire chat is just shaking their head like, this guy is mad. What a mad lad he is. But it's a bit frustrating. Okay, I need piece 30 because they really had something, and some of the later books are really, really good. I like Mechanicus. It was difficult to get into, obviously, but it's a good book. It's a great book, even, I'd say. And there are some other really good ones too. Fulgrim is garbage. It's a bad book. Nothing happens for like 200 pages. I'll maybe I won't rant so much because a lot of you haven't read them, so it doesn't really matter to you. This is a World of Darkness channel after all. But I think at that point I was so done with the Horus Heresy, so I got kind of a bad taste in my mouth for my miniatures, and they hadn't done anything wrong, so that was unfair of me. But you know what you're gonna do. Okay, I am missing piece 30, which is supposed to go on top of this thing, and it's supposed to be somewhere around here, but I don't see it. Where is it? Really good music. I love Space Marine. Fulgrim is garbage. There's another one where they build like a giant spaceship and it's super cool and awesome, and then it gets destroyed. Yeah, they made some really garbagey ones. Where is the top piece? Is there a top piece? There's supposed to be a top piece going onto this thing. So when you realize you fucked up. Yeah, piece 30. Where is piece 30? It's here somewhere. Oh, it's here. Got it. Okay, I found it. Okay, this one is a little bit tight. So I'm gonna have to actually use the cutter to get it out. I don't know if I used the proper nomenclature for these things, but I call them clutter. I know they're called spruces, these things, though. I know that much. Let me refocus the camera. Okay. Yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah, Fulgrim is a novel. Prospero Burns, yeah. The game was pretty good, though. The Prospero box set. I like that they released the 30K miniatures as games first, and then, you know, they were like, oh shit, people actually like these, and they started releasing them in boxes. Yeah, Fulgrim is the Primarch, the founding Space Marine father, like basically the antediluvian of the Emperor's children, who are worshipping Slaanesh, the god of excess, and basically decadence and sex and drugs and rock and roll, and it's basically a very crappy version of the portrait of, oh god, what's it called? The British, written by Brain Fart. It's written by. God, I am just drawing a blank today. Dorian Gray, the Portrait of Dorian Gray. Thank you very much. Basically, it's an attempt to recreate the Portrait of Dorian Gray with Space Marines, kind of, sort of. Okay, that was a bad comparison now that I think about it. It's just not great. And it's a whole lot of faff. Nothing happens. Kills off a Primarch really early in the story. So one thing they had to do later on was they actually had to like go back in time for the setting, because they kill off so many important characters early on. They were like, shit, we want to make more books. Let's have them take place earlier. And And also the whole secret of the black, or the what are they called, dark angels. It's just like, oh, this is supposed to be a secret. It's like nothing. Oh, you had traitors. Who cares? Everyone had traitors. Fuck off, you melodramatic pieces of shit. Oh, I got really salty there. I did not like Dark Angel. It's not a great book. I don't generally like Dark Angels at all. I think they're just really like, oh, we have a terrible secret. Everyone has a terrible secret. Everyone had traitors. Fucking Gluteus Maximus of the Ultramarines was gonna make his own empire. So like, ugh. Not exactly Greek there. Lemurus is Beowulf. Yeah. No, I mean, you got Lionel Johnson, things like that. So yeah, it's not all of it is Greek, but I'm talking about Greek tragedy in the sense that essentially the story revolves around how people could have not fucked up, but they fucked up, and the story goes to hell. Alpha Legion was okay. So it was a decent read. I liked Alpha Legion, and then it turns out that they were super memey, and not a huge fan of the I Am Alfarius meme. I think it's kind of old hash. In terms of memes, it's a pretty bad one. But the Alpha Legion book was great. Nagash, that's the OG. I love Nagash. One thing I really like about Age of Sigmar is how Nagash basically is the big bad evil and everybody hates him. Evil necromancer, murder monster dude who just wants power. I can vibe with that. I like him. Nagash is just evil because he can. He's evil because he wants to be evil. I can respect that. No sad backstory. He was a freaking prince. It's like, I'm gonna be evil. And then he became evil. The end. Yeah, I mean, it's more complicated than that. Look, I made a thing. Hooray. It actually fit. Woo. I think Nagash is supposed to be like the big bad that everyone, even Chaos, hates. Like he's the ruler of the undead world. But I might be wrong. Alright, this is supposed to be a lid. Gotcha. And then we put the thing on the front. Okay, so this little wooden thing here with the fleur de lis is a lid that we put on top. Gotcha. Black Templar memes. Oh man, Black Templars. I have a hate-love relationship with that. I was gonna say clan, but I mean chapter. On the one hand, I really like them, but they also got like, again, they became very. Everyone was talking about Black Templars this, Black Templars that. I'm an Imperial Fist boy. I like my piss babies. I really like, what's his face? Their Primarch, which I just literally named him minutes ago. Now I've forgotten his name because I'm an idiot. Lord Croak. Yeah. The dumbest thing they ever retconned in 40k, like they should have kept, was that there were space frogs and they were super awesome. I love the space frogs. Great. They were great. Very cool. Rogel Dorn. Thank you, Dorn. I'm a son of Dorn. I like him. I like the cut of his jib. Didn't mess around. Protected Earth. Was loyal. Didn't start up a second Imperium far away, pretending everything was fine and dandy. It was like, I'm son of an emperor. And then when everyone was like, hey, we should have rules, he was like, no, we shouldn't. And then he was like, I'm gonna start another war. And they're like, no. I was like, yes. And they're like, okay, maybe you don't have to follow the rules. He's like, no, okay, I'll follow the rules. That's literally how it went. History of 40k, I guess. You shouldn't do this. Okay, I'll then do it anyway. And then everyone was sad and upset. Sorry. I get a little bit silly when it's late and I'm focusing on this thing and I think it's going okay. Yeah. It went okay. But yeah, robot cutie man, gulli means cute in Swedish. It's like slang. It's like cutie woody, like gully. So robot cute man he's up to no good. I'll tell you. I do like that they actually finally decided to move the story forward in 40k into the 41k, even though it's still called 40k, because I was getting a little bit tired of things just getting worse and worse and worse. And so like, oh, we're at the end, but nothing's gonna ever change because it's 40k. And then they changed everything, and people didn't like that, but I liked it because I'm different from everyone else. Because I'm cool. Why am I talking about 40k? I guess it's because I'm gonna make that my lore video. I was like, why am I talking so much about 40k? And I was like, oh, that's right, I'm actually building a 40k model. Never mind. But it's 40k lore is silly. Like, don't take it too seriously. Oh, it's a silly game built on a very silly premise, and also ripping off literally everything. Hey, you guys ever heard about Dune? You guys. Oh, ooh, yeah, this got banned. Dune, also known as Cool 40k, where las guns are fucking lethal. They can blow up like a nuke if you're unfortunate. Dune is cool. Then it got really weird. I like the first 2 or 3 books of Dune. They're very, very good. Herbert knew what he was doing. It's really, a lot of times you read them and you go like, shit, this was written a long time ago. Like 70 years now, I think. And they're like so relevant. They're like, oh, these noble people, they are so filthy rich and powerful that they have literally planted the idea of a messianic figure in every human culture around the galaxy. So just in case they get into a shitty situation, they'll just be like, hey, I'm the Messiah, and everyone will be like, oh, cool, he's the Bene Gesserit. No, that's them, Bene Gesserit. I don't know. Theo Bell survived the Conclave of Prague in V5. It was an inside job. Hardestedt, the younger, has been replaced by Hardestedt, the even younger, also known as Peterzoon. John Peterzoon has replaced him. He is now Hardestedt Mark III, even harder. So that's it. That's the end of that. I just solved the mystery for you. It's John Peterzoon. He ain't dead. They wouldn't have killed him off, not like that. Unless they were like, we hate this guy because he feeds off of rape victims, which I guess I can see. That's not entirely implausible way for him to go. A little bit problematic in 2020. Paul is gene forged, not divinely chosen. Yeah, no, he's not. Of course, he's not divinely chosen. He's made to be the Messiah. That's the whole thing. That's the whole point of Dune. It's all bullshit. They just created this lore for people to swallow, which I think is just, I didn't really know where I was going with that one, but it's a cool story. I like it. I think I completely messed this thing up, but it's getting late. I don't care. I do what I want. But yeah, I don't think Peterson is dead. It would be a nice twist, because also I think he did it with the help of Marcus Vittel, because they had Marcus Vittel and Theo Bell had an interesting exchange in Beckett's Jihad Diary, which you might want to go back and Hardestedt. Yeah, you might want to go back and read that, because it's an interesting conversation, very foreshadowy, if you're into that sort of stuff. Okay, I am screwing this up. I don't care. This looks like a reliquary to me. It's good enough for me. It's slightly broken. These are the sisters of the slightly broken reliquary. I don't know if this even how you say reliquary. Did I? Hold on. Can I bump this down a little bit? Hardestedt, even harder. Even more Ventru. Can you be more Ventru than Hardestedt? I love how people were like, is this about the real Hardestedt or the fake Hardestedt? I'm like, dude, watch the video. It's about both. But there's so little we know about the other Hardestedt. Like, Hardestedt the Elder is practically the Hardestedt the less important now. At this point, Hardestedt the Younger has been Hardestedt longer. I mean, look, dude, people are gonna believe what they want to believe. For me, Dune is just a commentary on how human nature doesn't change, and how literally everything can be manufactured, and then it gets weird. Like they're using Emperor, when clearly it's more of a CEO thing. Well, not even a CEO. It's like, I don't even know. It's been a long time since I read it, but Dune is a good social commentary. A commentary on capitalism, commentary on imperialism, commentary on religion and social dynamics and bullshit. But yeah, that's my slice of pie in regards to hardest. I guess this thing has to get further down. It's fine. Nobody cares. It's a reliquary. Whoever's dead. They're not gonna care. But I care. This thing should be further down. So yeah, as you can tell, when I'm doing something like this, when I'm really concentrating on something else, I get very weird and very rambly, and I'm not even like, I don't want to say welcome to my sick and twisted mind, because it's not sick and twisted, but it's, I had a reputation amongst my friends as being very fun to provoke, because I could get on some really weird rants. So don't provoke me. But not like weird, but I could talk about something pretty trivial for a long time. So I guess that just means I'm weird, I guess. I'm weird, not my rants are not weird. And I think it's a lot of these books and a lot of these stories, just Occam's razor, man. It's what you think it is. You don't have to find any hidden meaning in it. These are not geniuses. They just wrote a cool book. Man, whatever I'm doing, I'm just messing this up left and right. Ugh, I hate this. There should be an easier way to do this. If I do this, if I get this thing loose, and then I do this. See, this is gonna work. I know this is gonna work. I'm a genius. All right, and then we're gonna do this. We're gonna get glue in here, and we're gonna get some glue in there, and we're gonna get some glue here. Lots of glue, because this glue sucks. At least it doesn't dry very quickly. That's good. That's a good thing. Then we're gonna drop this thing again in here. Go down, go down, go down. Use plenty of violence. My friend was like, these guys have a lot of pointy bits in them. So far, I don't see it. Ooh, that's what I did wrong. I actually tried to get it to fit in between. It was supposed to be on top. Okay, cool. So this is done. I don't know if you've seen any of what I was just doing. Not using las guns on face shields. Yeah, don't do that. It's gonna blow up. You're gonna die. Don't use las guns on phase shields or fast shields. I'll tell you though, reading Dune for the first time was probably one of the most difficult and mind-boggling. I think it was like 16 when I read it. I understood nothing for the first half of the book, or the first 2/3, and then I started puzzling it together, because I think I started reading it from the beginning again. It's like there's just way too many things going on in this story. So I guess in that sense it's a very complex narrative, because he made up his own language, ecosystems, everything like that. All right, we're just gonna put on the little winged angel dude's head, which is weirdly big, and then this reliquary, whatever it's called, is done. And we're almost done with the model, unless there's extra stuff that needs to get put on. There's always hold on. There's always extra stuff. My camera's being very blinking in and out. Sorry about that. Oh. All right. Here we go. Let's brute force this. Hi everybody, welcome to my speed run of Sisters of Battle. We're going to be building a Sister of Battle. It's going to take 2 hours. No hacks. No glitches. Just me and some glue and a lot of you. come on, just get on. I don't have time or patience for this little guy. Oh boy, that was not great. I think I should probably move things closer to the camera. All right, let's just get on, just stick. I don't have time. This is weird. This is some weird hand that's holding some keys. That's cool. That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you. Is this supposed to stick? Wait, hold on. Is it like this? Oh. Oh. They're smart. If you can read the clan novels, then you can read fucking Dune, dude. Oh yeah, I mean, I can read Dune now. Dune is as an adult, it's not a difficult read. I would say it's definitely not an easy read, but it's not a super difficult read. The fucking clan novels. We're gonna be reading Ventru soon. I tell you what, Ventru clan novel. Not looking forward to it. Huddy started out early. We did basically a recap Beckoning recently, because it's been a while since we talked about anything but the fucking clan novels. And the Ventru one is not very good at all, unfortunately. Or so I've heard Huddy say, and I think Jersh also doesn't like it. I will withhold my opinion until I've read it, but I don't think it would be very controversial for me to also say that it's not very good once I'm done with it. All right, cool. We got a little angel dude with a skull, because why the hell not? And we're gonna, once this thing dries up, we're gonna put it on the stick of justice. Okay, is there anything else to this model? No, she will actually be done after this. That's surprising. Oh man, my camera went out. Sorry about that. I think my phone overheats. I think that might be it. Might try lowering the resolution next time. But let me see here. Okay, this is firmly stuck enough. Let me just figure out how to fit this thing in here. Oh, it's supposed to go. Oh my god, it's supposed to go like this. Okay, I got you, fam. So let's put some glue on this thing and stick it. And once it's on the base, we will call it a night. We'll take some cool photos. I'll post them here on community and on Twitter. I actually have an Instagram. I think I'll post them there. More filters on Instagram, as far as I know. Yeah, I actually went and got myself an Instagram after 2 years, not specifically for any other reason than I wanted one. Like, people weren't really asking me for an Instagram filter. Okay, the glue is already gone. What the hell? More glue. This glue is significantly weaker than GW's own. Not that I'm complaining, their glue is weird. It breaks everything it touches. There we go, like a glove. What is the box I'm making? This box that she's holding, is that the one you were mentioning, Simon? It is a reliquary, I think it's called, which is essentially a box full of bones of a dead saint. Very popular in Roman Catholicism, I've heard. Or if it's an Orthodox, I don't know. We don't do this stuff in Protestantism. We don't keep bones of dead people around in boxes, because that's weird. So that's literally the biggest difference. No, not really. We do other things different too. We're basically heathens. Protestantism is just one step away from Satanism. But yeah, so basically this is a deceased or dead saint that they're carrying around in a box. That's the gist of it. Unless it's something else. But it's basically this, unless it's not. But I'm assuming that's what it's going to be, because they're hardcore. There we go. Okay, she is on the base. I will let her dry. I'll take some photos later. What I can try to do is I can move the camera Dramatic pose. Very, very cool model. Games Workshop, you've outdone yourself. This is, I'm super happy about the Sisters of Battle. I think they did a awesome work with these new models. I can't wait to paint this one. Here's the little angel dude. See if I can, oh, that got even blurrier. What if I do this? What if I do this? Can I set the focus myself? If I zoom. Alright, weird little angel dude. I'll catch you one day. Here I am. Hello. Hi. No green screen turned on. My bad. So yeah. Okay. Here we. Oh. What? It's upside down. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll take some actual photos later. I'm very tired. So model is done. I'll let her dry for a little bit, and then I'll take some higher quality photos. And then I can maybe show her. Oh, she's going off the base, unfortunately. But I'll try to take a photo of her against a white backdrop so it's easier to make out the details. I'm the Primogen on Instagram, the Primogen on Twitter, the Primogen on YouTube, which I'm assuming you know because you're on YouTube. And yeah, right at the end of this song, I think we're going to end the stream here. Thank you everyone for joining me. This was great. It was about an hour and 40 minutes of me, basically. I'm not going to remember anything I said, so don't hold it against me. If you want me to do more of these, let me know in the comments or let me know otherwise, because this was just me going, I'm really tired. I should check out Hell's Reach on YouTube. I will give it a look. Thank you very much. And yeah, one day I might even paint this figurine. Might paint her and then put another together. I think that might be a cool way of doing it. We'll see. I'm a huge fan of purple and fuchsia, so I might be going with something purple or fuchsia in terms of colors. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Usually don't do stuff like this, but thank you again for coming. Grim Hollow, I will check that out. And you guys are amazing. Don't forget to smash that subscription, like, and then do the button, as they say, YouTubers. And I will see you. I think there's a video coming out tomorrow. Yeah, there's the second to last episode of our Changeling the Lost Chronicle, and yeah, next Tuesday will be an episode on Black Spiral Dancers, which is going to be rated R for restricted because it's got rape in it. Sorry, but yeah, there will be warnings about it. It's the Black Spiral Dancers. They're the worst. But I've done my best to make it into a decent listen. It's more of a story than lore, but I'll get into the lore as well. Thank you everyone for watching, and thank you for the words of encouragement, and I'll hopefully do another one of these soon. Take care, and the Emperor protects and drinks rum. Bye.